Hey, let me check in again with The Franchise Affair by Josephine Tay. This is probably me talking about, oh God, if I can remember back as far as chapter 4 to 14, where Robert Blair has taken up the case for the Sharps, who are accused of kidnapping a girl, pulling her back to their place and beating her for months, trying to make her become their servant, and her getting away and arriving, bedraggled, soaked, just in her slip, I think, on her parents' doorstep, and then leaving the police back and having a pretty good memory of all the stuff and things like that. So Blair takes up the case. Sentiment is very much against his clients. Gets into the newspaper due to a brother who feels like the police aren't kind of pursuing it. Scotland Yard isn't pursuing it enough, so it's really kind of mob rule that way, and they get the place vandalized, and so a couple of men are trying to break in, and that gets thwarted. So a lot of stuff to kind of make us try and sympathize with two women who are pretty unlikable. They're very sharp and acidic, and kind of nasty. Although Marion is kind of does kind of flirt with and has a kind of a good relationship enough with Blair that he's like, oh, I'm going to be the white knight in this situation. And so he really investigates it. He's not a criminal lawyer, which maybe makes him ideal to be kind of a little bit romantic, where a criminal lawyer would not be romantic in this situation. And so he's been tracking down things, trying to discredit this girl's idea. And it's very much, especially this book written in the 40s, very much against kind of our modern thing at the moment of, believe the woman. Of course, it's 3 women in this case, which makes it a little bit more, I guess, easy. It's like, which woman do you believe? Now, you can also definitely go on class here, because Betty Kane is very much lower class, whereas these two, even though they were kind of living in a boarding house before they inherited this from a rich uncle, are most definitely much more in the way of upper class. So there's that sort of thing, and Blair definitely kind of looking at Betty Kane and seeing her as this kind of low class girl who seems to have this spotless reputation, but he seems to unearth stuff about her that her guardians are, the ones that she went to the summer with, that she loved being with, were extremely neglectful in that they just let her do anything. Father, the guy off most of the way, and the woman completely so kind of, just out of it. She can't even really remember Blair's name properly when she's talking with him. She's just always distracted. So she, basically Betty Kane could do whatever she wants. Blair unearths that, yes, she was in this one cafe, and she picked up a guy. And seems to be the implication is she picked up the guy because she was doing sex work. I think that's the implication that we're getting. It's, it's done very kind of discreetly. The whole kind of attitude and the way all this is written is really sardonic, really kind of biting dialogue and narration by Tay. You definitely enjoy it on that thing. It's in that sense you could see her sympathizing with the two very sharp-tongued women in the thing, and kind of taking against the Betty Kane and her the conniving ways, but they also do. Tay does a very good job of kind of going, yeah, but she could be all those things, but they could have also kidnapped her. Like Blair has a criminal lawyer pal who very much says, but there's older middle-aged women who've done more crazy things, so that could be the case as well. So yes, I am enjoying it in a dry, biting sort of British way so far. So I'll leave it there. All right, more videos later.